The following is a Joel Michalec production. On November 13th, Felix Unger was asked to remove himself from his place of residence. That request came from his wife. She asked him to leave because he wouldn't listen to the Joel Michalec Show.
Well, hello and welcome to the Joel Michalec Show, featuring the lovely Sharon. Thanks for chiming in and joining us on what will be the last podcast of 2021, except for the Christmas show, which isn't a podcast.
I was going to say.
So this will be the last downloadable one until January.
All right.
And the reason being is because we have to finish up production on the Christmas show.
Yep.
Which, first, let me tell you where to find us. That way you know where to find everything.
Right.
www.jmtalk.net is the web address. Find us on social media at TikTok and Facebook at JM Talk. Over there on Instagram and Twitter at JM Talk Radio. You can also send us email at joelmichalecradio@gmail.com. So, yes. So this will be our final posted podcast for 2021 as we take the next couple weeks to finish up production on the Christmas show. So about the Christmas show, I can tell you it will be called A Very Merry Christmas. Will be the title. It'll be our usual nostalgic, loving, having fun kind of Christmas stuff.
Can we drink?
Sure.
Absolutely. Get some spiked eggnog and some.
You can ask Euladio for some coquito.
Okay.
I heard it's good. I don't know what it is. Maybe we'll find out tomorrow. So that'll be
down the clown.
That'll be the title. We're still waiting for networks to get back to us with scheduling and what networks in total that we'll have. So right now, I can tell you that the first broadcast I know of, I think, will be on Sunday the 19th. But that may not be the earliest one. It depends. So we'll have all that posted because, as we've said before, it's very important for you to know that it is a lot. Well, you can only listen to it on the dates and times it's going to air on affiliate networks because of licensing for the music. So you cannot come here and get it as a podcast. It cannot be downloadable as a podcast. So it's important to keep up.
So it's got to be live, not memorized.
Yeah, live in a sense. Live.
In a sense, yes. Where it's on the radio.
So we will keep you posted on all of our social media and the website as to those dates and times as the networks start getting back to their schedule.
I'm so freaking excited. I really am.
Are you really?
This Christmas, I don't know what it is. I think it might be the house that I am so excited to decorate this year.
The house that I'm so sore from painting.
I know. I can't believe you did that all by yourself.
And it's in here and my arms.
Hates painting so desperately.
You know, I can't stand painting, but I got to tell you, I actually, where the ceiling and wall meets, we didn't do the ceilings, but where the wall meets the ceiling and the natural pine baseboards.
Yeah.
I freehanded them with a paintbrush.
And it was amazing.
And no mistakes.
Right?
It was amazing.
And the room is not a small room. I mean,
do you think
it's a 10 by 16, as you say?
Yes, 10 by 16. Do you think I'm a better painter because I hate it?
Probably. And because...
Is that psychological?
Painting distracts you.
Oh, yeah, it does.
It distracts you from your whatever is currently worrying you.
Because when I was experiencing the stress and the palpitations and probably some bad diabetes management, but that's when I started realizing that painting sort of took my focus away from everything except just painting.
You know what? That was a very happy moment for me. Can I tell you? Let me explain why. Wait. No, not because you're under so much. No, let me tell you why. Because I've been begging you for 25 years to help me paint.
I don't paint.
To help me paint.
I don't paint.
And that's exactly what he would say to me, guys. He does not paint. Okay? Now, he gets to a realization.
I don't mind it, actually.
No, he gets to a realization that painting the house, actually distracts him, whether it be for momentarily or for a couple of hours.
This is not for you. This is for me.
Oh, okay. But also because he does this to get distracted, I've gotten a lot of places in my house painted. And I didn't have to do it.
Right. And you know, and what's funny is you said to me, well, now hit our bedroom, which...
Our bedroom, yours and mine, okay, is a touchy subject between the two of us.
Yeah, because of the existing border.
But
But
what I'm
literally...
referring to is the painting of the room. I love the border, okay? I don't know what it is about the border, but I love the border. I want to keep it, okay? Now, the blinds, we kind of have to match the paint with the blinds, okay? Now, the blinds are like a light olive-ish green, like a light olive green. So we can't make the bedroom neon green because that wouldn't work. So we have to come up with a color that you and I both agree on, and that is not from the 70s.
Well, also, there would be less wall to paint in that room.
Yeah, if
Between
you
the two doors, the closets, the big windows, there's really less.
Not having to go all the way up to the ceiling.
Anyway, so.
But no, for real. The
point being, you're getting a lot of free painting done around here.
Yes, that's the point. But imagine the time that our friend Patricia put into painting that room. And you just went right over it. No, I won't allow it. I'm sorry.
So anyway, so that's that. I'm a little surprised this year. I try to remember everything that we want to mention on the show because we don't do any show prep.
No, we don't.
And
it probably tells.
So right. So I am pleasantly surprised about one thing. We did have to go out early on Thanksgiving morning and pick up. We realized there wasn't enough product for the green bean casserole. So I was pleasantly surprised. Then I had to make a second run. But it was no traffic on the roads.
Oh, yeah.
It was very, very light. And, the reason for that, I would say the main reason for that is Walmart and Target, among other businesses, but they were like two of the big ones. There was a whole list of businesses that did not open on Thanksgiving. And that's the first time in a long time. Now, we've talked about this before, or at least I have on my program.
Absolutely.
Where that's the way it should be.
Yeah, you and I talked about it on our show.
Yeah, that's the way it should be. And a lot of stores made it happen this year so the families can enjoy what is supposed to be a family day.
Right. Well, here's the other thing, too, that I like about it. I liked the fact that, all right, unfortunately, since COVID hit last year, okay, the early part of last year, we have been forced to remain indoors as a family, get to know each other, find out who you really like and who you really don't, other than a Thanksgiving or a holiday. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I like the fact that I'm sorry, am I not close enough? Is this close enough?
I don't be smug.
Okay. But no, I mean, so I hope that because of last year, this year, people were like, hey, this isn't a bad thing. Let's get together. Let's be a family.
Yeah.
You know? And that's my hope.
And the one thing I really enjoyed about it, not really the traffic, because I don't like going out on Thanksgiving, but we had to. But the other thing, too, is because I think just last week you and I were talking about how Thanksgiving seems to be slipping away.
Right. A lot, along with tons of other traditions.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's tradition.
It makes you
that's leaving us.
It makes you wonder how much longer, how many more generations to go before holidays just disappear.
Or they're celebrated in not such a grandeur fashion.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because Halloween was just passed. You know, it was like the City of the Dead in our community.
Oh my God, I was shocked.
For Thanksgiving, I was really shocked. And
we had two people.
And so Thanksgiving, and then of course, if you look at what the cancel culture did to Christmas last year, I mean, it just makes you wonder how much longer before none of it is acceptable to the New World Order.
I know.
Or whatever. But so that's why we keep doing our thing with the Christmas show each year.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? We're not going to stop.
Tradition.
And this whole new like Christmas has been renewed with you because of what you can do with this castle of yours.
Yes.
So to speak.
Yes.
Not that it's a castle, but it is a beautiful townhome. And you're having a lot of fun up there.
I am.
And you're going the direction I'm glad you're going, which is old-fashioned country, not gaudy.
Oh no, I hate
gaudy. Don't get me wrong. Not that I don't like gaudy, because I mean,
I don't.
I used to love the tinsel on the tree when I was a kid.
Yeah. Well, let me rephrase.
The big lights on the tree, the multicolors, the tinsel. Not that I don't like ours. Ours is very rustic and beautiful looking, but I'm just saying, I can go a little bit the other way. But the simplicity in the farmhouse Christmas going on here is,
Yeah. So I I grew up with tinsel on the tree as well, and I guess it's no longer both fashionable and or safe to use tinsel. But when I first moved out of my parents' home, and when I had trees, I had tinsel on my trees.
Yeah, me too. First couple of years after I moved out.
Yeah, because it's a tradition. It's something we always
and then
did.
Garland happened.
Yeah.
And now...
Ribbon.
Well, now you don't see a whole lot of garland being used on trees either anymore.
No, because
we haven't used garland in years because we have our tree is sort of pre-decorated with rustic country stuff and lights and frosting. So we actually haven't garlanded our tree in years.
Yeah.
But garland's a pain in the ass.
You know what surprises me the most? I know this show isn't about Christmas and the Christmas show.
No, but it's pre-holiday.
Yeah.
And they won't hear us again until the Christmas show unless the networks, by the way, will get reruns or best ofs.
Okay, so anyway, oh my gosh.
You said, I know this isn't about Christmas.
Yeah, no, I had
or
another.
This isn't a Christmas show.
Right. And it was about what surprises me the most is the fact that our tree that we have now has lasted us how many years?
I really don't remember when you got it.
5.
Yeah, maybe 5.
Maybe, 5 years. A tree has never lasted that long with us because I've always gotten bored of our trees. So just about every other year, I was like, we got to get a new one. And you were like, oh, babe, we don't need to spend money.
Don't need to spend money. You don't need to spend money.
To spend the money.
Just chop something out of the neighbor's yard.
This year, but this tree, it should last us. It cost us a pretty penny.
Yeah.
However, actually, it didn't cost us anything. It was a gift, but I know how much it cost. So, but yeah. So.
But yeah. So yeah.
Is people, let us know. Is this what you say? What do you say when you run out of things to say to someone? If you're having a conversation and you run out of things to say, what is your go-to phrase? I want to know.
Interesting.
Yes.
Why don't you post that on Facebook?
I will. You know what? I'll do it right now.
Oh. 'Cause-
As we speak.
So you did make it out. 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 So you d to do some sort of shopping on this weekend.
Yeah.
I don't go out and shop for Christmas anymore. I haven't in years.
Oh, I know. And
I just click and tap.
do you know how tempted I was to stop at Walmart? But I didn't.
I'm tempted to stop at the mall only because you said there's a Swiss Farms over there.
Yeah, I believe there
But I
is.
cannot stand the mall. But because we got a catalog for the Wisconsin cheeser, or the Wisconsin cheeseman.
Yes.
And I was looking at it going, whatever happened to Swiss Farms? Because you used to get Swiss Farms advertisements.
Right.
And you were like, oh, there's one in the mall. And I was like, for a moment, my mind was like, let's go to the mall. But I cannot stand the mall. I'll tell you a quick story before we go to break. One of the reasons why I have not gone out on Black Friday or done any Christmas shopping in a lot of years. I do it from my chair. And I just don't have anything shipped here because I have a very nosy wife. But anyway, this is not the reason. But a couple of years ago, client, also my boss for my part-time job. But so my part-time job is 80 miles away in New Jersey, and it was Christmas Eve, and my boss was going away to his son's, and his hard drive crashed, and he wanted to recover the data from it. So I'm like, okay, well, because I go on vacation during Christmas, and I don't go anywhere, but we have family coming in.
Yeah.
And he says, well, we're driving through today, Christmas Eve. Can you just meet me at the Microsoft store at the mall?
Oh my gosh, I remember this.
I'm like, okay.
I remember this.
I don't go anywhere on Christmas Eve. That's another thing a lot of people know about me.
That's a big thing for him.
So I said to the lovely Sharon, I said, why don't you go with me? I'm going to run in, zip out. It's Christmas Eve, you're with me, and,
Yeah.
So the traffic, it took us almost an hour to get 7 miles. Remember that?
Yeah.
Another hour to find a parking spot. Another hour in and out of the mall.
Oh my gosh, it was crazy.
Another hour home.
Yeah, just to stop in one store for 5 minutes.
Not even that.
Not even.
Hand me the hard drive. So I had it while he was away to work on it. 4 hours of Christmas Eve down the drain to go 14 round trip miles and get a hard drive handed off to me.
I know.
And that is why that's one of the big 5 reasons I don't like the mall.
Right.
And especially during Christmas time. I don't like going to the mall at all.
I know. And you know what?
I mean, but if you're going to treat me to a slice at Sbarro's, I mean, it's possible that
well, I guess
I'll tag along. I just don't like the malls.
You know what? I don't like the malls for this reason. Well, these 2 reasons. 1, traffic.
Yes.
And parking. 2, people. If there were no people in the mall, no cars in the mall, no traffic, I would go every single day, all day.
I have no traffic and no people problem when I'm shopping.
I know, right? So that's what I've started doing. I've just started ordering online, getting it shipped to my work because I have nosy people here.
Not me.
Oh, bullshit.
No.
What's in there, babe?
No, not
babe,
me.
There's an Amazon box. What'd you get?
Anyway, so, all right, so we're going to skip out of here and take a break. We have a Wombat of the Week coming up, and the Pizza Wars continue. So that's coming up. And then later on the third segment, I have no idea what to tell you because I haven't thought of it yet, which is how we do things around here. But there's more coming after this quick break. Don't go anywhere. We're coming right back.
This is New York's Super Oldie Station, 920 WON, The Apple, Brooklyn, New York.
The following conversation is real. It took place on Tuesday, June 8th of 2004 between a Blonde Star advisor and a subscriber.
Blonde Star emergency. This is Steve. Is there an emergency in your vehicle?
Oh my God. I've locked myself in my car and the keys are on the outside.
Ma'am,
oh my God.
Ma'am, I need you to calm down.
Okay, it's just that the windows are rolled up and I'm starting to sweat. My keys are on the outside.
Now, your keys are on the outside of the vehicle?
Yes, oh my God.
Now, does your car have automatic locks or...
Yes.
Okay, here's what I need you to do. Take hold of the inside of your door handle there. Are you doing this? The shiny thing. Grab the shiny thing.
Okay, I've got it.
Okay, now give that a tug.
Okay.
Did it open?
Yes, oh my God, thank you.
Okay, now what is that noise?
Oh, that's not door alarm.
Yeah, but that only happens if the keys are in the ignition, hon.
Oh my God. You know what?
Your keys are actually in your ignition.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my God, thank you so much, Blonde Star.
That's why we're here. Do you need anything else?
Blonde Star.
No, that's
Always
it.
on, because you're always blonde.
Welcome back, folks, to the Joel Michalec Show featuring the lovely Sharon. And thanks for sticking with us. We're back from break, and we got some more things to discuss. Still don't know what we're going to talk about, you and I, come the third part, but that's the amazing thing about podcasting. Or the way we do it anyway.
You can talk about anything.
Just comes to you, whatever. So, okay. So, welcome back. No. So, this is usually the part of the show where if we don't have anything else that we want to just randomly discuss, and we start talking about weirdos in the news and stupid things going on and try to make light or a case out of important things.
Yeah.
So, Denmark spends $150,000 to clean up beach seaweed and plastic, and then they hauled it offshore and dumped it in the ocean.
What?
The seaweed, okay, but the plastic?
Right?
So,
Don't you think it's gonna come back?
yeah.
Yeah, dummy.
So the a municipality in Denmark spends more than $150,000 per year on a bulldozer that removes seaweed and plastic from the beach, and they just dump it back in. So you can see this bulldozer driving up and down the beach, keeping it clean.
Right.
And in the village of Slagels, I probably chopped it up.
Who?
Slagels.
All right.
I think that's Denmarkish for seagulls.
Maybe. Oh my God, that'd be so funny if it was.
So twice a week during the summer months, okay? And it appears that the bulldozer drives a few yards into the water with the stuff. And then, of course, comes back out of the water without the stuff.
So
it's bulldozing it back into the water.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Right, exactly. Correct. I thought what they did was did the bulldozer thing, put it, into a container, like a big ass container, and put it on a ship, took it all the way out, and dumped it.
That's what I initially thought.
Yeah, that's what you would think, right?
Right.
No. These dumb bunnies, the bulldozer does it.
Drives a few yards into the water before dumping its contents into the sea. I mean, I'm sorry, a few yards into the water doesn't convey the sea to me, which is why the title suggested, and
Right.
the shame of that is there's other countries and organizations like 4Ocean who go out and they literally pull this garbage out of the oceans and they separate the plastics and get it recycled and they do really good things.
Yeah.
But these morons over here, I mean...
And, that's exactly what they are. They're morons.
Yeah, this is the equivalent, okay? And the environmental experts are really in dismay over this.
Right.
And they said it's idiocy. It is, because this is the equivalent of somebody shoveling flood water out of their yard and throwing it over the fence.
We saw a video of somebody doing that, and it was a chain link fence, too.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, my gosh, that was so funny.
This is the equivalent of.
Yes.
So, Catherine Richardson from the University of Copenhagen says that not only dumping the seaweed and plastic into the sea means it will just quickly wash ashore again. So the town that's spending all this money every year to do this
what it
is
does?
creating their own money issue.
No, you know what it does, though?
Job security?
I was just going to say, it makes sure that person who's
bulldozing,
that's dozing the bull, has a job in the summer at least.
Yeah.
Wow.
But not only that, but she also warns that...
And he makes $150,000 a year?
I don't know.
Wow.
And the other problem is when you keep moving the sand like that, you can actually be damaging other parts of the ecosystem.
I know.
Because you have sand crabs, sand fleas, all these different other organisms that live in the sand.
Right.
And need that protection from larger predators.
Yep.
Like I don't know, like velociraptors coming ashore and taking them. So this is absolutely, Denmark, please review your policies. This is really not the right way to address environmental issues, and it's certainly not the right way to clean up a beach.
Right? If you're going to do, the bulldozing thing with the seaweed in the bottles, at least put it through some sort of sifter where you're taking the plastics out, recycling them, making money on the recycling.
Leaving the sand behind.
And leaving the sand and seaweed and everything else behind.
Yeah. You would think that if you have a problem where you got to be doing this twice a week throughout the season, then it seems to me like this is a very large opportunity for Denmark to recycle this plastic.
Yeah, exactly. And
have a different outcome in the news than them being a bunch of morons.
Yes.
About it.
Right.
And is this policy, or is this just what this guy decided to do and somebody from the press found out about it?
Right.
Perhaps they'll correct it.
Well, if that city in Denmark is spending $150,000 a year, apparently someone else knows about it besides that guy.
Right.
That's
so
crazy.
Get this. So Deputy Mayor Willem Christensen defended the method, arguing that beachgoers want the beach to be neat and clean like holiday destinations in southern Europe. While Christensen claims large pieces of plastic are not dumped into the sea, she also argued that cigarette butts and other small pieces of plastic will end up there for the most part either way. Real good nature thinker there.
Oh, she's not a tree hugger. That's for sure.
So anyway, this is not the first time that experts have questioned Danish authorities' approach when it comes to waste disposal. Last May, Danish officials had to race to dig up the mass graves of millions of potentially infectious mink culled during the pandemic after the country's environmental ministry warned that the decaying carcasses could contaminate local groundwater.
Wow.
So, wow.
I'm telling you, the people that live in this town, their elevator does not get off the first floor.
It doesn't. It doesn't go to the top at all.
It doesn't get off the basement floor. I'm just saying.
So, just all the emphasis that goes into recycling, and we do our part because we recycle.
Sure.
And like I said, for the efforts that we know that these organizations, and like I said, that some countries come together and they pool resources to try to lessen it.
Yeah, and that's an amazing thing.
Do you know what
I like what they're doing.
You know what the Great Pacific Dump is?
No.
There is so much plastic, because of the currents out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Okay.
There is I forget how big it is. I think it's over a mile square of garbage that just floats, and because of the currents, it just kind of gathers there, and it's.
Oh, wow.
And that's part of, some of the efforts that they're trying to clean up. But the thing is all these countries that don't give a damn and just keep putting this crap into the ocean, it winds up in this. So it's a constant thing.
Yes.
And of course, it's bad for the ecosystem in the ocean because fish and whales and, megalodons all get caught up in this trash, and it might affect them. But anyway, so, okay. So do not count on some places in Denmark to be environmental friendly.
Exactly.
That brings us to our Wombat of the Week, and this is how you can get involved with Wombat of the Week. You can very simply send us a link to a verifiable news story of stupid people doing stupid things and it winding up in the news, and that is a wombat. And we do it each week, so it's called the Wombat of the Week. So you can send this to us in an email to joelmichalecradio@gmail.com or send us a DM on Facebook at JM Talk. That's another way to get us the news story.
Sure.
And we put it in the box full of news stories of idiots doing idiotic things.
I know. This box is overflowing.
So last week we talked about the guys that pop shots at a pizza place.
Yes.
Because they were mad about their pizza taking too long or something like that?
Long, yeah, about the wait.
Well, if we slide down to Tennessee where Pizza Wars is in full effect,
okay,
we find out about a Tennessee man who's facing multiple aggravated assault charges after he held up a Little Caesars pizza store with an AK-47 in Cedar Bluff, Tennessee, after being told that his pepperoni pizza would take 10 minutes to make.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes. 10 minutes to make. Let me get my AK-47 and see if we can speed that up a little bit.
So, I know everybody out there in Radio Land can't see me, okay? But all I'm doing is shaking my head.
Yeah.
So much that I'm fearful that it'll fall off.
So here's the noise, the news. According to...
No, you're right, noise.
According to the local news outlet, officers responded to the restaurant just after 9 p.m. Last Friday, where they were told that the suspect, who was identified as Charles Doty Jr.,
Yep.
age 53, so he's old enough to know better.
Yeah, right.
Became upset when he was told that his pepperoni pizza would take 10 minutes to make. He got upset and demanded a free breadstick order and went outside the business to wait for the pizza. When he returned, he had the AK-47 in his hand and was pointing at employees, demanding the pizza immediately. So... Former Little Caesars employee, Kimberly Smith. Yes, former. Absolutely. This will be the last... I'm sorry, boss. This is my last night
day
working here. Present at the time of the incident told the local news station that she was taking care of a female customer and she was just getting ready to leave. And then he goes out and gets his gun. Pointed at her saying, "Where's my damn pizza? I want my pizza." She says she was shocked because this was all over a $6 pizza.
It's not like there's bars of gold on this pizza in place of the pepperoni.
Right. What people have to What people have to realize is Little Caesars Pizza, although I like it once in a blue moon, it is only one level higher than Chuck E. Cheese garbage.
I know, right?
So it's not like...
I'm not a fan of their
It's
their
not
pizza.
like a Pizza Hut pan pizza with stuffed crust and extra pepperoni. It's not that. So he was later arrested and taken into county jail. So that's that. Over this past year, the Republican-controlled legislature in Tennessee enacted what is known as permitless carry, allowing people to carry handguns without any training or licensing from the state. So just off on a tangent because they mentioned it during this Wombat of the Week story, I would say that I am all for permitless carry.
Absolutely.
But I am for the fact that you probably should still have the required handgun courses.
Oh, yeah.
And training required.
And a mental check.
Yeah, that wouldn't hurt either.
Like a mental checkup?
So, anyway, Charles Doty Jr., age 53, old enough to know better, is our Wombat of the Week.
Yes.
This week.
Charles, you made it.
And he keeps what could be. I mean, if we check the news enough, we could probably find out that there's more to the Pizza Wars each and every week.
Yeah.
In different parts of the country.
Right.
It's amazing how wild people go about pizza.
Over a freaking pizza.
I know. I'll pull a frozen one out of the freezer and I'm happy.
Wow.
And they take 22 to 25 minutes to cook.
Wow.
I'm not waving a gun around my house, telling the oven you better get up off that pizza.
And then shoot it up.
Right.
Bam, 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 bam.
Right. I don't go around.
Insane.
I don't go around. I don't go around shooting kitchen equipment except for the toaster at one time because it laughed at me.
Well, yeah, it did. He had it coming to him.
So there you have it. Send us your wombats of the week.
Wombat
because we need them.
Of the week.
Yeah. Yeah, we should.
Do we have any time? I just want to mention
we
this.
do have a couple minutes, yes.
Okay. As you know, and as everyone out there knows, I love TikTok. Okay. There's one fad that I do not comprehend. Okay.
All right.
And that is people going live. Okay. And it's a specific set of people. Okay. And I am like pulling right up to the mic so I can express to you. Okay. What they do is they will whisper and they will do this and they will put whipped cream or some sort of whipped something on it and rub it.
On what?
On the microphone. Come on, what is that?
I have not seen any of this stuff.
No? Oh, I'm going to have to
So what else
show
do they
you
do?
one. Just that, just whispering with the microphone and putting stuff on it.
What's so weird about that?
It'll make noise.
You watch hours of people breaking clams open, killing clams to
They're
steal
not
their
killing
jewels.
them.
To steal their jewels.
Oysters have no nervous system.
Whatever, oysters for their pearls.
Okay, and what's your point? So, and then what they'll do is they'll put whatever it is on top of the microphone, and then they'll put pop rocks on top of that. So it goes pop, 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 pop. Please explain this to me.
I have no explanation for that.
Because people like the sound?
I don't know. I've never put pop rocks on the mic. I mean, I wouldn't damage my studio microphones by putting food on them. For one.
I just don't get it.
I think it's weird how some videos we encounter that like you've seen, that I've seen, and it's weird how much stuff we don't encounter of each other's video styles.
Well, because our interests are different. You know, and because when you first sign up with TikTok, it asks you what your interests are. So it can.
I don't remember what I said, to be honest with you. I don't remember what I told
So
TikTok.
it can define your videos according to your interests. So, booyah.
I don't remember doing any of that when I signed up for
you
TikTok.
did. I know you did. You had to.
I also don't watch a lot of live stuff. I watched this one live.
Oh my God.
Before Halloween, I watched this one live, and it was this guy who was, like, I don't know why I went live, because he was like talking about he's going back to this house, and it was a haunted house, and he's like, and
I've seen that.
He was on like a ATV.
Yeah.
And he's just driving forever and ever.
In the pitch dark,
In the pitch dark.
Yeah.
Up over railroad tracks, through woods, across wooden bridges.
Yeah, I've seen that video.
And we talked about this before off air. The people who sit there and say, I'm doing it right now. We're going to go right now. Here we go. I'm going to do it now.
I know,
and then they stop and they explain more. And
that guy that was making that food, remember?
Cake, yeah.
Yeah, the cake. He was like, all right.
He never showed what happened.
Yeah.
It was like a 6-minute video of him just, here we go. We're going to do it right now. But for those just joining us, let me show you what we're up to.
The one thing I cannot stand is not a live per se, but if you're watching a video and you're like really getting into it, right? And then in the middle, like right at the high point, they're like, and click our picture for part 2.
Well, this guy with the haunted house, he ended his live stream. He never got to the house. He just ended it.
Wow.
But, I've gotten to the point where some of these TikToks, if the minute I feel like they're drowning on, I'm out of there.
Yeah.
Especially the ones that say watch to the end. They're the ones that nothing happens.
Yeah, wait for it.
And that's why you have to wait for the end to find out that you've just been screwed out of 2 or 3 or 4 minutes.
Right.
That's what you're waiting
you'll never get back.
Right. That's what you're waiting to the end for.
Right.
For the screw job.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
But anyway.
Yeah. So if I'm scrolling videos and I get to someone's live, okay, I will click the live, so it takes me to their live, and then I'll just scroll all the lives to see what people are doing on their lives. Sometimes I'll stop, I'll be like, oh, check that out, that's pretty neat. Most times I'm like, whoosh, whoosh.
Right. All right, well, it's that time for the last time in 2021.
Oh.
Where you get to say goodbye, Sharon.
Goodbye, me. Goodbye, Sharon.
And for the rest of you, we're taking a quick break, and I'll be back with Goddess Knows What right after this.
If you're worried your friend may be struggling, remember, You don't have to be there to be there.
You could say how are you or get a fake tattoo. You can ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat on the game, kick off your flip-flops. You can ask on your couch while you binge watch.
Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and the Jed Foundation.
Broadcasting from a crummy little studio in Baltimore, Maryland. This is Reality One Radio.
You see why we need your donations?
Welcome back, folks, to the Joel Michalec Show featuring the lovely Sharon, and it is part 3 of show 155. If you are keeping track, show 155, and as we stated earlier in the opening of the broadcast, this will be our last dropped podcast for 2021 as we need to make final preparations and finish production tasks for our Christmas show. If you're just tuning in, which you can't just tune in because it's a podcast, so you were probably here from the beginning. But I'm going to say it again because I need show filler. The Christmas show can only be heard at certain times and dates on certain websites, internet radio stations, and if any other types of radio stations come out in the next 2 weeks saying they want it. And we will keep you posted on where you can listen. It will not be available as a podcast for licensing reasons. That's why you have to catch it on a licensed radio station because of the copyright on the Christmas music. So that is going to be called A Very Merry Christmas. And all I can tell you right now is it seems like 2 networks actually reported in during the break. Starting the 19th with the show of December, 19th of December. So I can right now say that's the earliest time it will air. And some networks play the show on a rotating basis throughout their schedule for the holiday. So there'll be plenty of times to catch the holiday show, the Christmas show. So you don't want to miss that one. So 155 is the last dropped podcast for 2021, and we'll be eagerly awaiting, and hopefully that builds up some excitement, waiting to be able to hear us come back for the Christmas show during Christmas week, for the most part, on affiliated radio networks. So that's what's going on. So welcome back. It's the third segment. It's you and it's me. And I want to take this opportunity because, this podcast, number 155, is dropping during the Black Friday weekend, the big shopping weekend. And even though a lot of the shopping is occurring online now instead of in person, and that's fine. And so my message because of that is I want to talk to you about scams and how they are heightened at this time of year, and especially when you're shopping online. Everyone, all these hackers and malicious people out there, they're out for one cause, and it's to separate you from your money and or your identity so they can have it. And you know how we know that this works so well? It is a $1 billion per year business. Billions of dollars made by these hackers every year. That's your money, your identity. And so this is the heightened risk. Okay, so one of the biggest ways they try to get you is through phishing emails, and that's where they try to fake a different emails to get you to click a link or click something, and it'll come in the form of looking like it's from your bank, it's from your credit card agency, it's from some service, any service, cable service, different reporting services. Big one, delivery companies. They'll try to get you to click on your delivery receipt, your delivery notification. You know, there's all sorts of ways that they come after you in the form of phishing email. And they're getting better and better each and every year. They're getting better and better at looking like the real thing. Because they're looking for the possibility, the percentage of people who are expecting a package. So when they get an email from FedEx, quote, air quotes, FedEx, they're thinking, oh, you know, I'm waiting for a package. And that probability, and I'm not sure what that percent of the probability percentage is, but that probability percentage of the people that will click on that, okay, and then there'll be a certain percentage of them that will actually fall further. You know, sometimes, for instance, it'll say, click here to get your delivery notification. And then you click there and it says, okay, you need to enter your Office 365 credentials to see it. Or you have to, enter your Google credentials to see it. And basically what that is doing is they're stealing your credentials. Okay? And then that's a possible ticket straight into the door. To get more of your information, log in, see some of your personal information, get what they can to go out and be you while they benefit from that. So here's a couple things to look for. First of all, banks, credit card companies, Microsoft, any software company is not, especially Microsoft, is not going to email you and tell you to click here, click that. So, again, billions of dollars a year, okay? And the first thing I want to tell you is this: companies will not email you. Financial companies, banks, delivery people will not email you and tell you to click links, okay? And they don't do that because they know the hackers do, okay? So this is information you need to know. They don't do it because they know that's how hackers gain your trust. If they need you, they're going to try to reach you by phone. Okay? That's that. FedEx, DHL, UPS, Postal Service, they're not going to send you any delivery notifications. Okay? Because this is why. Whoever you purchase the item from, let's say you purchase something from Amazon. Amazon's responsible for sending you your delivery tracking information. And then it's your responsibility to track that package by using the tracking number on the website of the delivery agent. You get that? So Amazon, Walmart, whoever you order from, it's their responsibility to send you your shipping information, and your responsibility to take that to the legitimate website and track your package. So delivery companies will not send you notifications of your package because it's not their responsibility. It is the seller's responsibility. Even if you win an auction and you're dealing with another guy or gal who's just selling things out of their house online, it is their responsibility to send you any and all shipping information. So that is a very important piece of information to have, and that is because, again, that's the difference between a hacker and legitimacy. Okay? If you get an email from FedEx or UPS and just click here for your receipt, click here for your notification, don't. That's a red flag. All right, so that's a red flag. So that's that. So grammar. Did I mention that? I don't think so. I think I was going to, and then I went right into the other things. But the emails will usually, and I say usually like that with that emphasis because, as I said moments ago, they're getting better at tricking us. But usually it will have bad grammar, okay? Because most of the people hacking are from other countries, and they're not very literate at proper English. Okay, So keep an eye on that. Now, what you can do I gave you some really good tips, right? I gave you some really good tips. Financial institutions aren't going to email you. Delivery companies aren't going to email you. If you wanted to, you could take your mouse, okay? You can take your mouse and you can hover the mouse over the link or the click this here. And when you hover over it, at the bottom of the web window, you'll see where the intention of the link will go. Okay, so, and if it's extremely long, you can't even figure out where it's from, that's verification. The other thing is also look at what we call subdomains. Okay, if you get an email from Apple that your payment needs to be updated, click here to update your payment information, and you hover over that, and it says that hover, don't click, and if you hover over it and it's suggesting that a click will take you to payment.apple.com, that's a subdomain. That's not really apple.com. Okay, that's an alternate domain that a hacker has purchased that way because they're trying to get smart. They're trying to fight people like me telling you don't click links. Okay, so they're saying, well, if Joel from the Joel Michalec Show featuring the lovely Sharon is on the air saying, look at the link to see where it goes. Oh, we might have a way around that. We'll trick some people into thinking it's Apple because we'll do something.apple.com. And then they think that the unsuspecting person would be like, oh, it is Apple. It's not. Okay? You should really just generically be suspicious. So, okay, another really important thing is, I said earlier, Microsoft's not going to call you. Microsoft will not call you, email you, or put audio/visual pop-ups up on your machine. Okay? Another big trick to get you to click, call, or do something. So somebody can gain entry to your machine under the guise of being from Microsoft and you having a computer problem, and they need to see it, all the while they're fishing personal information out of your system in the background. So Microsoft will not call you, email you, or put pop-ups on your screen randomly while you're just doing whatever you're doing. Okay? The reality to that is, okay, so remember, I'm doing some reality checks. Banks don't call you. Banks don't email you. Here's your reality check. Microsoft has no clue whether you're a PC person, a Mac person, or a Linux person. Okay, so they have no idea. So they don't have your phone number. You're not on some log because you purchased a computer with Windows on it from Walmart's Black Friday special. They don't know about you. They don't know about you at all. Okay, so don't think that they do, and they're going to call you. And the pop-ups on the screen, now they're coming with audio and alarms because they want you to be frightened. They want you to call that big 800 number so someone can socially engineer you on the other line, on the other side of the phone, out of your money, out of your identity, and into your computer so they can harvest whatever they can out of you. I'm sorry if I'm frightening anybody, but this is what you got to watch out for. There's very little you can do if you're on Amazon shopping and somehow your credit card gets harvested off of Amazon servers. There's very little you can do about that. Okay? But I'm talking about where they make most of their money is off of socially engineering people through phone or email or text. And that's why my emphasis is on that. Okay? You're going to be shopping. You might be doing a lot of shopping. You're expecting a lot of packages. So during this time of year, naturally, you're going to get phishing emails that look like shipping. You're going to get phishing emails making you think it's Capital One that talked about your purchases. Click here to confirm your purchase. Your bank calling, your bank sending an email. Click here to verify that you made these last 5 purchases. I mean, these are all things that we see, and these are things that you have to be wary about in the world of shopping. It's a shame. Why do we have to be that way? Why does it have to be that way? We're on a constant battle, and we're constantly battling because we're constantly 2 steps behind them. Or not far enough ahead. Could be that way too. They are working feverishly on beating out everything that we try to do to stop them from getting our information. And so what you can do to protect yourself is be extremely vigilant when looking at emails, texts, or getting phone calls. Okay? All you need to do is go on TikTok or YouTube and look up, scam calls, and you'll get people who, I wish I had the time to do this and the gall, but there are people that will mess with scammers and get them all pissed off and riled up, and I think it's, I think it's funny. And I think, as one person who does this on a regular basis says, if he can, this one person I watch keeps them on the line for like up to a half hour, sometimes longer. And the way he looks at it is that's less time that they'll be on the phone actually stealing money from somebody else. So that's a great way to look at it. And so I applaud the people that have the gall and the time to mess with the scammers when they call. You know what I mean? I'll tell you what I do as far as scam calls. When my phone rings, if I don't recognize the phone number, I don't pick it up. Now, I find out that sometimes it's a doctor's office alternative number calling to remind me for an appointment, or it might be someone at work. I just didn't know what their phone number was off the top of my head. These kind of calls, these people will leave voicemails, and when I find out who they are, I call them back, take care of business, and then I put them in my phone as a contact. So the next time it comes up, there is a large likelihood it is going to be them and not a scam. So I don't, and I know some people think I'm crazy, like, the lovely Sharon will pick up almost any phone call that calls her. And I just I can't do that. If it's important, they'll leave me a message and then I'll deal with it from that point forward. That's why I have so many contacts in my phone. If you've called me, I know you, didn't know your number, you'll be in my contacts. Even if we've only talked twice in the last 10 years, you'll be in the contact list. If you change your number, we go back to 0. I'll find out the next time you call me and you leave me a message because I don't pick up phone numbers I don't know. And don't think the scammers are trying to, they will, virtual phone numbers these days are so easy to get, they're dirt cheap, and the scammers will buy a whole block of them from your locality or your state. So you think they're calling from where you live. Don't fall for these tricks. I can't believe, and maybe it's because I love talking tech, I can't believe that we just went through the entire segment talking about one particular subject. But you know what? It's an important subject, and you need to be prepared because this is the time of year they're all coming after you. Okay? Like, listen, my philosophy is a little paranoia goes a long way. Okay? So be paranoid because it's only going to help you. Be suspicious of everything. This is the time of year where the floodgates are open. They're throwing everything they can at the wall to see if it sticks. So, and that's about all I have for you. I do want to thank everyone for a great year of listening to the podcast. Again, this is the final weekend of November, so in about 2 weeks' time, we'll be back with the Christmas show. We will let you know when and where you can go to listen to those, to that episode, and because it will not be available as a download. And pay attention to the social media and the website because so there's another project on the horizon for 2022. Besides this show, we will be back. And there's another, we're working on another product coming out, so that may interest some of our audience members. So keep an ear out for that as well. So until the next time, we'll see you at the Christmas show. And we thank you for listening to the program. Be good to one another and be safe while you're out there shopping for the holidays. Okay, we'll see you soon, folks. Goodbye.